Hello, everyone. As mentioned on my Nuggets at Noon, I have here my friend Emmy, and she is from Trinity Transformations to tell us about life balance and dealing with overwhelm, burnout, and the down under feeling when you have too much going on, and how do we handle that? Emmy is the owner and founder of Trinity Transformations and a company that is devoted to empowering women find life balance, mind, body, soul. So, having gone through challenges herself, she has this has actually enabled her to help others go through who are going through similar stuff and help them achieve the balance. So, Emmy, welcome. And before I start asking you questions about life balance and tell me how to get the balance, I'm going to first ask you to tell us your story as to how you started yeah, on your journey to form this Trinity Transformations. What led you to that?
Excellent. Well, first of all, thank you for having me. It's exciting to be here with you, virtually, of course, but it's nice to be talking to you and to all your people here. I started Trinity Transformations out of really a need exactly for that, for people to have life balance. I'm a teacher full-time, I'm a fitness instructor part-time, and I find that all extremely rewarding, but I find that there's so many people that just don't have life balance, and I was one of them. I was working so much. I had 2 gym jobs, 3 kids, hockey, then, like, they're in hockey, not me, but anyways, 3 kids in hockey.
3 kids, yeah, you're a mom, so like we juggle a lot of things, right?
That's right, and working full time, and everybody was always like, you gotta slow down, you gotta slow down. Yeah. But then I really realized, yeah, you know what, it is taking a toll on my health. So it is time to absolutely do something about this. I just felt really, really stressed. I was waking up tired every day. It did not matter if I'd gone to bed at 9 p.m. or 11:30 or wherever, I was exhausted every morning. And so I thought something's got to give.
Yeah.
And, I've worked in direct sales in the past, and a lot of them will talk about how to fit it all in, how to schedule your day. And that's certainly a component of it. But I also have been going on a journey of just personal growth where I've been incorporating some amazing practices into my everyday, and I thought, well, that's got to be a part of it as well. So when the pandemic hit, I really thought I was going to be a keynote speaker to direct sales companies and the like about exactly that, how to find your life balance. But then the pandemic hit, and I realized, well, there'll be no speaking at conferences. But there's now this new overwhelm of the pandemic. So people were totally out of balance for that. So I thought they needed right now. So what am I going to do? I could create a course, but no, again, that's going to take months. So I thought I'm just going to jump straight into coaching, and I did. And it was not a far stretch for me because as a teacher for over 20 years, I've coached in direct sales before. There's been a lot of informal coaching in a lot of my life. So it was kind of an easy shift to add that.
Awesome. So now you are doing coaching for others, and what else are you doing?
So I'm doing both group and one-on-one coaching for life balance, and currently also growth mindset, because the thing is, as you were saying, everybody is so overwhelmed right now. And sorry, I turned my phone to silent and it's still going.
Somebody needs you.
I love when that happens. Anyway, so there is this huge sense of overwhelm, and so one of the key things in my life balance coaching, the very first thing we start with is growth mindset, because if you don't believe you can get better at it, you're not going to get better at it, So if you don't believe you can do it, it's not going to happen. So that's the start. That's the baseline. So I thought, but growth mindset is something I use in my classrooms all the time. And there are so many parents feeling overwhelmed, so many teachers feeling overwhelmed.
Right.
Today I went into school and saw a lot of overwhelm. And to be honest, I was a little bit of one of those people, because our principal said, okay, so we're going to have 9 staff reassigned to online learning, and I'll speak to them later. Let's just continue on in the meeting. And on he went, and it was hours and hours before anybody knew, what are we going to do next year? So just go on and read this online training. And who could think about online training when they're thinking, what am I going to do an online teacher? Oh, what am I going to teach next year? Like, all this overwhelm just going through their brain.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
so I knew it as well. Okay, I'm not going to be a French teacher anymore. So I had to think to myself, all right, I cannot let this day get away from me. Like, I just have to calm it down. So what am I going to do? Started by just pausing and taking a few breaths. And I find that when you bring it back to your breath, that's the
wonderful.
fastest way, right?
Yes. You're oxygenating yourself, right? And that's what we don't breathe right anyways.
Exactly.
So, yeah. So you have to take your time to actually do it right.
Right.
Yeah.
So I took some time, I breathed. Then at my lunch hour, I took some time to meditate, and it was amazing how I felt so much better, and my afternoon went so much better after I had taken the time to do that. So.
Awesome. Yeah, I love to. I'm all about meditation too.
Yes.
Yeah, but I generally find time to do it at night, because when everyone else is doing their own stuff, and then I can find time to do it. And I like to do it at night because then I get better sleep. So it works well for me. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I find if I'm feeling not run down, where your brain is racing, if I'm having a racing mind, then I like to meditate at night as well. Because I find it absolutely
it helps you. Yeah. Otherwise, like the techniques that you can use during the day when, I have those 3-minute techniques.
That's right.
That even if you're at a workplace, you can find 3 minutes in a washroom and lock yourself up and do it there.
Exactly.
So give yourself that recharge, right, that you need.
Absolutely.
So you can do that. What are the other tools like that you would recommend that we can use? Because I do know that a lot of the times before I used to make my to-do list and feel thrilled that I can check things off. Now I make my to-do list and I go, oh my God, there's so much to do.
Right. So I have a lady that I've studied with, and she calls you a list checker. That's what she would call you, a list checker.
Yeah.
People that have their to-do list, and like you said, they're so proud of it, and they just can't wait to just
check it
off, right?
No way.
That does lead to overwhelm, because you don't get your whole list done. Your list grows so long, all of a sudden now you're overwhelmed, right?
Mm-hmm.
So instead, a technique for that is to write down, have your list, that's fine, you've got your list, and then break it down into 2 categories. So on a piece of paper, just divide a piece of paper in half, and say what I can do today and what I'm going to just give over to someone else. So you could be giving it over to the universe, or maybe it's, it could be something that ends up your husband does it, your child does it, you don't even know. You don't necessarily know who you're giving it over to. It's just, it's not something you can get done today. What can I do today? So maybe you're going to make just 3 to 5 things max. And the rest you're going to put in the I'm giving it over.
Or maybe it's not as urgent that needs to be done today. You can do it later, right? Yeah.
So when you give it over, you're just not worrying about it. It's a brain dump, and you've released that stress from your brain. You're not feeling overwhelmed. The next day when you make your to-do list, there might be some things in that give it over list that you're like, okay, I can tackle that today. So I'm going to bring it over. Or there might be, no, it's still got to stay over there.
Yeah, so you still get a sense of accomplishment, and also you get the sense that, okay, you were able to prioritize.
Yes.
Right?
And
so
if you put it down on paper that it needs to get given away,
I was just looking forward. I was looking forward to you saying, just pitch the list.
I actually have pitched my
list. That's not a good thing.
Some people have got it all up here anyway, so they may as well do a brain dump,
Yeah. But if I pitch the list, I'll forget what important stuff I have to do. So I do need the list. Yeah.
My to-do list now, like I do 3 things that it says, like things I'll do today.
Mm-hmm.
And it's things like I will be present in the moment. I
Right.
will,
Yes.
look for the joy
Mm-hmm.
in everything. It's not things like tangible tasks. It's not tasks anymore that I have on my to-do list. It's like more like my to-be list. How am I going to be? I'm going to be
Right.
present. I'm going
Yes.
to be joyful.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to be receiving, willing to
Right.
receive, willing to surrender. It's things like that. And let me tell you, once I started doing that, to be honest, at first I thought it was a bit woo, like, what is this? Like, why am I even writing this? I don't know where it came from. It just came into my head. This is what I should write. And it is amazing how much more productive I am doing that than doing my to-do list.
Yeah, I guess because then that resonated with your being, with your heart. So it didn't become a task to do. It just became something fun to do.
Yeah. And something
Right?
that really was
Yeah.
aligned with me, right? I wanted to
Right.
be joyful. I wanted to be present. It wasn't something I had to do. It was something I wanted.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. You are so right about that. Now, that brings me to one more thing that actually I was talking about this afternoon with my nuggets at noon. And that was, how we all like feel that we have to do everything ourselves, right? There are ample of reasons why. There are some reasons where we feel like, okay, we are perfectionist and we like to do it a certain way. And if we give it to someone else, they'll do it in a little bit different way and we're not okay with that. Sometimes the reasons is that, oh, we feel that they already have too much to do, so why should I burden them? How can I ask them to do it, right? So you just feel more like protective, or just feeling a bit uncomfortable about burdening someone else.
Mm-hmm.
And the third
Mm-hmm.
is sometimes you just don't know how to ask,
Right.
right?
Right.
So it can be any number of those reasons. How do you overcome that and say, like, okay, I do need help and I have to, like, if others don't have the time or cannot do it, they'll say no, but there's
Yes.
no harm asking, right?
Right.
But
Right.
how do you
Absolutely.
bring yourself to ask?
Well, I think it depends on what your mindset is about what's blocking you from asking for help, right? Because
Mhm.
as you said, those are three reasons. Or I know a lot of people who don't ask for help because they think, well, strong women just have to do it all on their own, So even though I know I'm overwhelmed,
Yeah.
I'm a strong woman, so I can't ask for help because that would automatically mean I'm not a strong woman if I'm asking for help.
Right.
So
Yeah.
depending on what your
Hmm.
reason is, it's gonna, how you're gonna ask for help is gonna be a little bit different. But I think what you could do to shift it, no matter which of those reasons it is, or something else that neither one of us have thought about, is that you can think about when you help someone,
Right.
how does it make you feel? So let's just, Nazreen, you
Makes you
answer
feel
that
good.
question. If
Yeah.
you help someone, how does it make
it
you feel?
it makes you feel happy that you could be of use to someone.
Right.
Yeah.
And you feel of service and you feel good.
Yeah.
So if we never ask for help, we're actually robbing people of that
Oh,
experience.
yeah.
So
If
why don't we think about, like, you're allowing people to have that amazing feeling that we feel when we help others. We're allowing them to feel that
yeah,
when
it's
they know they
it's
can help us.
that's beautiful, actually, when you think of it that way. It somehow all the inhibitions fade away,
Mm-hmm.
right? And you feel like, oh, I mean, I'm doing a disservice by not asking, right? So I'm
Absolutely.
being selfish if I don't ask,
You really are. You are,
right?
because
Yeah.
you're either keeping your overwhelm, so you're not doing anybody any good, because once you're overwhelmed, you're burnt out and you're no good to anybody, right?
Hmm.
Or you're thinking, if you're making it about you, I don't know how to ask, I'm not sure what the words are. Well, that's about you. Why not just
Mm.
open it up that, like, hey,
Right. Yeah.
honestly, I'm not
Yeah.
quite sure how to ask you, but there's something I need some help with, and
Right.
even that, when you let people know, when you're vulnerable to say, I don't know exactly what to say to you about this, people are open. All of a sudden, they're like, they want to help, especially women. Women want to help, especially. I'm not
Yes.
saying men do,
Yes.
but women want to help. We are
Yes.
built
Definitely
to
so.
help each other, and
Yeah.
to help others. So
Yeah.
why not allow someone that opportunity?
Yes, yes, true. So do you come across a lot of women that have that issue that you need to help them with?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Many of my clients are women that are definitely strong women that have, some of them, high profile jobs, who have always had to do it. You know, they either, maybe their husband's working late and they've got to work full time and then get home and do the dinner and then get the kids to bed. And so it's just maybe part of their routine, or they think it's expected of them. There's so many reasons, or there's the whole just women guilt, like you said, like so many reasons why women feel like they can't ask for help. So that's definitely a part
Mm-hmm.
of it. Like, that's growth mindset. And then don't be afraid to ask for help are two of the things we absolutely start with them in our coaching.
And I guess like when we keep doing things ourselves and don't ask for help, the people around us get used to that, and we have created that expectation, right?
Absolutely.
Because then that becomes the norm for them. They feel that if they help, they will be stepping on your toes.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
you have to do those subtle changes. You can't change drastically, but you have to do subtle changes to get everyone on the same page.
That's right. That's right.
Right?
And
Yeah.
you know, sometimes because it is such a routine for you and you've been doing it for years, they might be a little bit shocked the first time you ask for help. Like, what? But you always do this. Like, why are you
Yeah.
asking me now?
Hmm.
But it's okay. Like, you just then need to continue and not take it personally. Like, oh, I shouldn't have asked. Okay, I'm going to stop. But instead
Right.
say, I understand. I know I've been doing it all these years, but I'm telling you that right now I need help because X, Y, and Z. Or I've really always needed the help, but I didn't feel like I could ask for it. And it's
Right.
not a sign of weakness to ask for help. It is
No, no,
actually
it's
a
not.
sign of strength.
Totally agree with you on that. But it becomes like if it's something you haven't done all this while, it you probably have to take baby steps. Is that
Oh,
right?
absolutely.
Or
Absolutely. What I
because
find
you are
that,
not used to it yourself, right?
that's right.
So,
That's
yeah,
right. And I love the expression, practice makes progress. You know, everybody knows the expression, practice makes perfect, but that's not usually true. You know,
yeah,
most of us are not perfect at many things. Might be
right.
the one thing that we just excel at and we are fantastic at that, but most of us are not perfect at most things. So instead, practice makes progress,
I love
makes you
that.
think like, okay, maybe I'll never be perfect at it, but if I practice it, I'll definitely get better.
We come to think of it, perfect could become boring,
True. Well, there's
right?
nowhere more to reach,
Progress
right?
is good because then there's
Yeah,
always something new to look forward
that's
to, right?
right. Uh-huh.
Perfection, you're there, now what?
That's right. It's
Right?
an end point instead of
Yeah,
a journey. So, and life is a
exactly.
journey.
Yeah,
It's
I
not a
like the journey.
destination.
Life
Ah,
is a journey, so why not? We are all the time learning new things and new stuff, and when we reach that point, there's still more new stuff to learn,
exactly.
right? So
Exactly.
it's good. Yeah, that's what makes life interesting. Awesome. So what do you have anything planned for the next little while, or you're just seeing coaching one-on-one clients right now?
I'm taking one-on-one coaching clients now for the fall, but
Mhm.
also October 1st, I'm going to be starting a small group coaching session of the Life Balance program. So that will be available. You can sign up now or message me for more information. And then as it gets closer to the date, then we'll get rolling.
Awesome. And I will put all your information below. So if anyone wants to get in touch with you, I'll be putting it in the comments. So guys, if anyone wants to get in touch with you, you just go to those links and just chat with Emmy and ask her. Simple as
Ask me
that.
anything. I'm one
Right.
of those
Yeah.
people, there's no stupid questions, and I ask a lot of questions, so I appreciate when people ask questions as well.
Yeah. Because I mean, everyone needs to know, right? Like, is this the right program for them? Or like maybe they feel the kind of help they need is, can you help me or not? But, when they talk to you, then you can understand better their issue and help them best.
Absolutely. And I do
Yeah.
have 20-minute discovery calls where you can book a free 20-minute call with
Oh,
me to
awesome.
see, are we a good match? Is
Yeah.
my program going to help you? Is there something else? And I'm also a big connector. So, you know, if we are not a good match or my program is not what's going to help you, then, you know, I might be like, oh, but so-and-so is really great. You should see them. So, because I
Yeah,
want everybody to be able to get what they need.
exactly. I do the same because I do offer 20-minute free consultation to just see whether what they have come to me for, is that something that they can work with,
Mhm.
or maybe they may need a different kind of help, and I have a vast network, and anyone from there may be a better fit for them.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
yeah, it's good that, you know, we all help each other out, we all make sure that we get the right kind of help.
That word help. It's just everywhere, isn't it?
Yeah,
It's
it's a
amazing.
community, you know.
It
Yeah,
is. It is.
yeah, and that's the
We're
beauty
stronger
of it.
together.
Yeah, we all work together, collaborate together, and just like right now when we chatted, and I said, oh my God, this is what Emmy can help in. Right, so we got to have a chat with her, and I think what we did was like, it's awesome you came, chatted on this, and maybe I might start this um, on a regular basis, but not as often, probably once a month or maybe once twice a month. I'm not sure at this point of time, but yeah, get more people to come and chat on what they are offering so that we can all, you know, help each other out here.
I
And
think
I
that's
don't know.
fantastic. And
Yeah,
then you're
because I don't
sharing
know
your network with people as well who might need it that you never knew they needed
exactly.
it.
Exactly, because you know what? Like everyone needs different kind of stuff that they're dealing with, especially now. And the kind of stuff they're dealing with, maybe what I offer is something not very much that goes in line with what they need, but what you offer does. So that would be a good match for them, right? So they, I mean, if in through my network, if someone gets a good match, it's a win situation for them and for me because I feel honored that I was able to introduce,
Because
right?
you helped them. There you go. There's that
Exactly.
feeling of
Yeah,
being
it's
good,
all
right?
about that, right? And
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
it does give you a good feeling. You're so right about that, right? It gives you a
Mm-hmm.
good feeling, and yeah, and why not?
Absolutely.
Yeah, yeah. Thank you so much, Emmy, for
Thank
joining
you.
and chatting about my topic so that you can help us all out.
Well, I hope I was able to help a little
I'm
bit.
going to I'm going to use your tip on the list, definitely.
Fantastic.
Yeah,
I'm glad
because
to hear.
that's going to, because at least it will stop my overwhelm.
It absolutely will. I want you
Yeah,
to message me after you do it and say, oh my
sure.
gosh, this is how I felt. Let
I
me
know,
know.
yeah, that would be good. Yeah, I was such a list maker, and then I started like, I can't even look at that list. No way.
Right. Oh yeah. No, you
Yeah,
got it.
yeah.
You might
Well,
be
thank
ready
you
to
so
disrupt
much
the
for
list
that
then.
tip.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
Okay. Well, great chatting with you.
You
Have a
too.
wonderful rest of the
Oh,
evening
you as well. Thanks a
and
lot.
take care. Yeah.
Thanks to everybody for listening
Okay.
too.
Bye.
Bye bye.